Assalamu alaikum Bokayi. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. This is your boy Chama, and today I will present to you the midweek recap of Gambia foreign-based players. This midweek, there was a lot of action. Gambians playing in Europe, Champions League, European Conference, Europa League, and also there were some games in England as well in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, like we always do, guys. We every week we try to get the key points or the key performances and then discuss them with you guys. Without further ado, let's get into the discussion. And this week, today I have to start in the Champions League. Why not? I have to start in the Champions League, and I have to start with my boy. I call him my boy. I know he's our boy. He's every Gambian's boy because everybody is excited how good this kid can be. Yankuba Minteh, he was back into the starting lineup for his club Feyenoord. They were in the Champions League. Unfortunately, the most important thing in that game did not happen. They did not win the game. Feyenoord lose the game, so sometimes it's difficult to analyze. But we can focus on our boy, Yankuba Minteh. And I think they are out of the Champions League, if I'm not wrong. Feyenoord are out of the Champions League. And we saw him play an exceptional game, a very good game, I would say, without too much end product, but he was really good in that game against Atletico Madrid, one of the best defensive teams in Europe. He was a menace for them in that game. He did create some things, but an end product again was missing. He played in that game 64 minutes. He completed 8 dribbles. That is the third highest in the Champions League, by the way. Third highest of any player that is dribbling in the Champions League. You know, this kind of excites me a lot because I can remember I was following him when he was at Odense, doing a lot of dribbling. You know, he was so successful with his dribbles. He went to Feyenoord in the league. You know, people keep saying like the Netherlands league is not the most competitive league. We can agree on that. And he did the same numbers that he was like he emulated the same number that he was having in Denmark. And now he's doing it in the Champions League, which is the biggest platform to do it, right? So he completed 8 dribbles in that game in 64 minutes, by the way. He did not complete the 90 minutes. So what could have happened if he completed 90 minutes? The highest in the Champions League this season is Noah Lang at PSV Eindhoven. He got 10. And then second highest was Martinelli with 9. So these are the only 2 players who have successful dribbles more than Yankuba Minteh in a single Champions League game. This boy has turned pro one season, one year ago. So yeah, that's the third highest. He won the most tackles in that game. 3. Like I say, 2 things that he will give you is dribble, loads of dribble, and a lot of hard work. He always work hard, win tackles and stuff like that. He won the most duels as well in that game. He won 12 duels in that game. So, like I say, if you look at the per 90 numbers for all players in the Champions League this season, Yankuba Minteh is top 5 for dribbles won, for dribbles completed, and top 5 for tackles won. Let me just show you that numbers. I'm sure you guys saw this on our social. Top 5 for the best player for dribbling per 90 is Jeremy Doku, who is insane when it comes to dribbling. Liverpool know a lot about that. This weekend he was insane. I cannot remember how many dribbles he completed. More than 10 dribbles in that game. Noah Lang at PSV, he has 7.0. Gabriel Martinelli, Arsenal, another very good dribbler. He is just above Yankuba Minteh with 6.4. Yankuba Minteh at 4th with 6.1. That is it for dribbling. And then you look at the tackles, successful tackles per 90 minutes. 3.3 tackles he's winning per 90. He's always working. Nicola Barella of Inter Milan with 3.3. The Calabria at AC Milan with 3.2. So, like, these are 2 very important statistics, especially for teams that play high up the pitch, teams that press high up the pitch, because he also win a lot of possession in the final third. If you look at his numbers in the Netherlands league, like, he is top 5 for possession won in the final third. He win possession a lot. So for teams that press, like, stuff like that, he is an exceptional player. As a Liverpool fan, by the way, like, I wish we had him as a replacement for Mohamed Salah, like, going forward. That's how much I rate this kid now. Like, I know Salah is an exceptional, insane player, but I think this kid, if Klopp happened to get his hands on this kid, of course he's going back to his club, Newcastle. No disrespect to Newcastle and Feyenoord, but if Klopp gets his hand on this kid, he's gonna do insane stuff with this kid. But yeah, we will not find out. And I don't think he will go to Liverpool. But I wish he was the replacement for Mohamed Salah. That would be so exciting for me. So he has been exceptional, to be honest, in the Champions League. End product is the problem. End product is the problem. He haven't got any goal involvement in the Champions League, but he's doing it in the Netherlands League. It's not easy, taking up that step up. But he's showing that time and time again that this is his level. Whenever he go, he's showing that this is his level. He went to fight Denmark, show that okay, this is my level. Despite I'm so young, despite I'm just coming to Europe for the first, I'm just starting my professional career now. It did not face him. He went there and then become one of the best players in that league. He's now playing in the Netherlands League. Like, he's one of the best players in the Dutch League right now. To be honest, if you look at the numbers, judging by his performance, judging by how much he's valued at his club, he's one of the best players in the Netherlands League at this moment. Yes, I know he's young, and I know people will keep saying, okay, let's take our time on he's still a young player and all those kind of things. Like, you are only young when you are not, like, if you are good enough, you are not young. Like, and this kid is very good. He's too good. He's too good for his age at this moment. He's 19, so he's too good for his age. Newcastle fans must be must be licking their lips about this kid. The prospect of this kid joining their team next season, because he's an exceptional talent. And nobody will stop me from saying that. I believe he's a generational talent. With Gambia, we have never created a talent of this caliber, especially with the opportunity you have. I've not seen it. I know I love Gambian players. I've seen them play, but I've never seen us develop a player of his caliber. That is my take. That is my opinion. People may differ on that. It's okay, but that is just my personal opinion. He was exceptional in the Champions League. And I've spent too much time talking about him, because when I talk about him, I get a little bit too excited. So let me just move and then speak about other players who also excites me a lot. Colley. We go to Colley. He made his Champions League debut, by the way, guys. Young boys, they won their game 2-0. Colley played the second half. He was introduced at halftime. That was his first Champions League game, which is also a big, a big thing for him, because he became the seventh Gambian player, seventh Gambian international to step foot in the Champions League and play. Of course, Yankuba Minteh is one of them. Seydi Janko is one of them who also played in this game, second half. He did take Janko play, or he was an unused sub. I should have checked that, guys. I should have confirmed that. But I think he played some minutes. Yeah, whatever. Ibrahim Colley, 45 minutes played. They won the game, which is very good for him. He has been, he's coming to his own in his club, the young boys. Now he's starting regularly, becoming that fourth sub. Even if he does not start the game, he is the fourth player that the coach calls upon when he want to make a substitution. And we remember just recently he scored a goal and assisted, and they won that game 6-1. He's building up. He's getting there to the point where he's becoming that crucial player for them, which is very nice to see. Like I say, he's the seventh Gambian player, as per my brother Buba Jallo Falabeoya. He posted that on his YouTube, on his Facebook page, that Ibrahim Colley is the seventh. So like I say, it's Seydi Janko, Ibrahim Colley, Yankuba Minteh. I know Sefo Soli played for Genk in the Champions League. I think Musa Barrow played for Atalanta in the Champions League. I think so. Or is it the Europa League? But I think it's the Champions League, if I'm not wrong, when he was young. So those are the five. Who are the other two guys? Let me know. I don't know who the other two are. I wanted to check it, but I say, okay, this is why I will throw it to my audience to tell me who are the other two Gambian players to play in the Champions League. Who are the other four? If Musa Barrow is not part of the seven, which I think he is, but if he is not, then who are the other three? Since we have Ibrahim Colley, Sefo Soli, I can remember him playing against Real Madrid, Zidane, and all those likes, so I can remember that fully well. Yankuba Minteh and Seydi Janko. These are the four. So who are the other three who did not play? Who played in the Champions? Let me know, guys. If you know, let me know in the comment section. Of course, we also have other Gambian descendants who play in the Champions League. Yeah, like Alexander Bah, who could have played for Gambia, but he chose to play for Denmark. He has represented. He has played in the Champions League. Did Nicholas Jackson play in the Champions League? I don't know. But last season we have Villarreal in the Champions League. I don't know because this season Chelsea are not in the Champions League, so he has not played there. But I'm sure he will get there. Nicholas will get there. So Ibrahim Colley, those were the two players who were in action in the Champions League. And now let's look at the Europa League. James Gomez was an unused sub for his club. Sparta Prague, they won their game 1-0. Ibrahim Dabo, which is also a big development. Ibrahim Dabo returned from injury for Lask. They were playing against Liverpool. They were playing against Liverpool last night. I watched bits of that game. He was on the bench. He didn't come on, but he was on the bench. They lost the game 4-0, which was not great. And I think they are out of the Europa League now. And then Modlamin Sonko, we have been yearning for to come to the national team, time to call up, which I think I'm very doubting now it will happen because if it was going to happen, it was going to happen in the last international window. He played about 23 minutes for Hackens. They lost their game against Leverkusen, who is one of the most exciting teams this season. Bayer Leverkusen, Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. Sirif Sinyan, Slavia Prague, Siri Jatas, Stromgras, Lamarana Jalos, AEK Athens. They were all in action in the Europa League, but none of these Gambian players were in the squad for those games, so not much to say about that. And if you go to the Conference League, Omar Colley, they have a very bad loss. They lost very badly, 5-0 at home to Club Brugge, which was very bad. Colley playing 90 minutes in that one. As a defender, it's not a great day for him. Dembo Dabo also had a very difficult night because he missed the penalty. They were at 0-0. He missed the penalty, and then his team ended up losing the game 2-0. So they punished him for missing that penalty. They must punish his team for not taking their penalty chance. Another player who was in action was Aliou Fadera in the Conference League. Aliou Fadera started for Genk. But he only played 42 minutes. He actually had a very good chance early on, 5 minutes into the game. He was clear open on goal. He was very cool with his finish, but the ball hit the bar and bad rebounds of the bar and it went out. He could have opened the score in there, but he was taken off at 42 minutes. He had committed 3 fouls by that time, and he also was on a yellow card. So I believe he was taken off because of to protect him from getting a second yellow card to become a red card. So I think that was why the coach took him off that early. Or maybe there was a knock. So I cannot confirm what actually was the reason behind that. But I know he committed 3 fouls in quick succession. So maybe that was it. Noha Sonko also. Noha Sonko, very consistent performer. He was also in action for Ludogorets. They won their game 2-1, a very important win for them because they won in the 95th minute of the game. That win took them from third to second place in the group. Now there is one more group game to go. So if they can get a result in that game, they will qualify for the knockout stages of the Europa Conference League. Next we will move to England. Next we move to England and we start with Seydou Kane. Interesting, very, very interesting player too. He was not in the national team squad recently because I think he excused himself for what reason I don't know. But he was back in action for his club. He's a regular there. Swindon Town, they won their game 4-3 and he scored one belter of a goal with his left foot. I didn't know his left foot had that power in it. Like a beautiful shot, long range effort, around 30 yards out. Hit the ball very well. I know my brother was there watching him, Baba Demba. I saw him, posting on his Instagram post. So tomorrow on the space will be very interesting to ask him about Seydou Kane. Very interesting. But yeah, I would say, he's one of our own. Seydou Kane is one of our own because I can remember I remember an interview he did and he was talking about Uncle Pa. That was the academy that we all went through. Me, Che, we used to be there because that academy started in Kotu long time ago. Uncle Pa coming from Senegal and then coming up, setting up an academy. And then that later went to Fadagoff. There was the Fadagoff Academy and Uncle Pa was the one coaching that academy. So when they moved to Fadagoff, the Manjai Park, Fadagov Park, and Seydou Kane was part of that academy, and he did mention that in one of his interviews with JFF. So he's one of our own. I was so happy to see him scoring that goal. Actually, I posted it, and then he sent me a message. We shared a few messages. So I told him, Uncle Pa will be very proud of you and your development, and he laughed and said, yeah, definitely he is. Which I'm sure Uncle Pa is very proud, and he is still working because the last time I went to Gambia, he was at Q City. He was coaching there for some kids, like one of the best young coaches in the Gambia, to be honest. Uncle Pa, one of the best I've met, because he has patience for kids. At very young age, he developed them. So it was I'm very happy to see Seydou doing well, and of course Uncle Pa has a role to play in this. So seeing Seydou scoring a beautiful goal like that makes me proud. Somebody who passed through that academy. He scored, Swindon. And in the game too, he was the best passer of the game, 92% pass accuracy, more than any player who played more than 45 minutes in that game. And Mofal, I just spoke about him in the nominees for Player of the Month. He was also on the score sheet again. His 8th goal of the season. They won 3-1. A very good header. Headed the ball low. The keeper couldn't get to it. He was the best rated player on Footmob, and he was named in Team of the Week, round 20, for the League 2 Team of the Week in round 20. So he has been in exceptional form. Is it time? Let's bring him in. He's young. I want to see these young players in our squad. If they are doing well, give them the chance to come and showcase their talent, because especially now that the national team is struggling for goals, I think it is important to bring these players on board. Yeah, and the other players in League 2, Ibu he was also in action. They drew 0-0 against Salford. The game ended, Ibu played 90 minutes. And Jacob Mendes, Wrexham, they also drew 2-2. Jacob also started that game and played 90 minutes. Jacob completed the most dribbles in that game, and he won the most tackles, 6 tackles out of 6. He won all the tackles he went into, and that was the most game most. And then you look at the championship, Ibu Adams, he was on the bench again. I think now that's the 6th time in a row or 5th time in a row that he is not coming off the bench for his club. It's been difficult, like I say, for Ibu Adams, for him to get minutes, but hopefully he will get some, because Cardiff are fighting for to get promotion. They are out of the playoff spots, but just by 3 points, because they lost their last game, and then I think they lost 5 points in their last 2 games, so they only had 1 point from their last 2 games. So maybe because the team is not performing well, maybe now is the time to give other players chance to make some change, make some difference, and maybe Ibu Adams could find himself in one of those players who can be given more chance, who will be given more chance from now on. And that was the midweek recap, guys. In Saudi, Badamosi was in action. They drew 0-0. He played. Al Hazem, much better than their last performance when they lost 9. So it's good. But that is it, guys. That was the midweek recap. Most of the games were in Europe, and most of the other ones in the England League 2. And in the English EFL system, that is League 1, League 2, and the Championship. So let me know, guys, who do you think was the most impressive player, and how far can Yankuba Minteh go? I want to know. I want to hear you guys say. I want to hear you say, how far can Yankuba Minteh go? Are we overhyping him at his young age, or are we just being real about what he's doing, because he's doing an exceptional job? And for me, if somebody's doing well, you just have to say it. And he's doing exceptionally well. So let me know, guys, in the comments, who impressed you the most this week, and who are you looking forward to watching this upcoming weekend. This is the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, guys, the home of Gambian football. We will catch you guys on the next one.